What's up, everybody? Hey, listen, on this episode we are going to be installing an aluminum drive shaft from Summit Racing. So we're going to install it and check it out and go for a test drive. And I want to give you guys a quick little update on some of the things I've done on my car. Say what's up, buddy.
What's up?
Okay, before little man and I get started on putting this aluminum drive shaft in, it should take us all, what, 20 minutes at most? Should be pretty quick.
It's just like 4 bolts in. That's it.
That's it. It's just 4 bolts. That's it. That's what he said. But I have done some things on the car. I went ahead and fixed the overflow tank that I showed you. The one that came with the Flexlite kit, the bracket that used the stock overflow tank didn't work out for me, so I didn't use it. And I ended up buying a different one and using it. So we'll check that out real quick. And I did an oil change on it. So the first time I got to drain the oil out of the car, it had break-in oil in it. So we got rid of that. We went ahead and put in Mobil 1 synthetic and a Mobil 1 filter. The filter I think was welded on. The old filter I think was like welded to the car. It seriously took me 3 hours to get the thing off. And you can see that I pretty much tore up the filter pretty good getting it off. So anyways, we're going to get to it. Let's check out this drive shaft, man. Oh wait, I told you I'd show you the overflow thing. Let's look at that real quick. Alright, Connor, are you going to help me with this, Bubba?
Yeah.
You want to put the drive shaft on?
No. No?
Yeah.
No.
Whatever. Okay, this is an aluminum Mr. Gasket overflow tank that I got from, you know where, guess where, Summit Racing, yep. We live there pretty much, but I went with this one just because it was small enough. It wasn't too big. I liked that it had a sight glass on the side of it. It wasn't too expensive. It wasn't completely overkill. It is a little on the small side, but you don't want to get ones that are too long because it'll run into your little radiator hose down there. So it's doing its job. I made sure that the fill cap was underneath the the radiator cap. It was lower than it, and we used the existing bracket that the Flexlite came with to install this guy in. So it worked out pretty good. I just cut the ear off the top and then used a C-clamp or a band clamp around it. And then I've got some foam wedged in here just to keep it from rattling, moving around, and making noise or anything like that. So it's doing its job. We have an overflow tank that's a little bit nicer looking and a little bit on the smaller side. And I went ahead and changed the oil in the truck, or in the car. I didn't make a video on this stuff, guys, because I mean, really, it was just, it's not good enough content, not enough content. I actually filmed putting that overflow tank in. It just seemed like to me when it was all said and done, it was a long video for something that was just way too simple. I bolted an overflow tank. Nothing special there, man. So we did change the oil in it. Went through the old oil. It had the break-in oil in it, so I went ahead and flushed it out. Checked it out, make sure, run my finger through it, make sure it didn't look, anything metal or anything like that. It was pretty dirty. I was surprised of how it wasn't black per se, but it definitely had been used. It's had a little bit of a gassy smell to it, so maybe running a little bit rich. That may be why. So, and actually it was running rich. We know this. We went with Mobil 1. I went with Mobil 1 synthetic and a synthetic oil filter. And the oil filter took me forever to get off. But anyways, it's on. So we got fresh oil in it. We drove it last night, and it runs great. But let's get to the drive shaft, because that's why you're here. Okay, I'll post the part number up for you guys. This is a Summit Racing aluminum drive shaft for the Fox body. And the reason why I went with the Summit Racing brand versus the Ford Motorsport brand is because the Ford Motorsport one was only $30 more. This one's got excellent reviews, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this is correct, they are both using the same exact manufacturer, and they have the same part number. So I think Ford is using the same factory to build their aluminum drive shafts as Summit is. You just get a little bit of discount. It doesn't have the Ford Racing part on it. Come here, buddy.
Where are you? Why is this the big pipe? 2 bolts. This is the big pipe.
Well, holy crap. First off, this is incredibly light. I can't believe how light this is. Lift it.
What is this?
That's the yoke. Don't yank on it, buddy. So anyways, look at the yoke. We got spicer joint in there. So that's good. Can you please turn it off, Bubba? And this is a spicer yoke. So this is good quality stuff here. Yeah. Let's check out the welds on this thing. Looks pretty good. One thing I wish it did have is a non-greasable pre-greased insert. So we'll have to make sure we grease those. Grease that guy up pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so again, this is not too bad. It comes with a spicer unit here, a spicer yoke and spicer U-joints. Looks like this side is pre-greased and non-greasable, but the aluminum on it looks really good. The welds on it look pretty good. And on this end, this is a greasable, also spicer unit, so spicer U-joint. So it should be pretty strong. Should allow us to handle quite a bit more power and torque than what the stock one will offer, and it's going to significantly lose some weight on the reciprocating mass and on the vehicle itself. So less reciprocating mass in your drivetrain means quicker acceleration, same as a lighter wheel and tire would do as well. So should give us a little bit better acceleration, which is going to be awesome, of course. I probably won't notice much difference, but that's what it's supposed to do. And on top of that, it's going to allow for a much smoother and quieter drive, especially at freeway speeds, and that's when your drive shaft is really hauling ass. So I don't care. These old ones are starting to get out of balance. They get rusted, they get bent. A lot of things happen to your old steel ones that cause these things to start kind of shaking and vibrating at speeds. So one thing we're going to do is once we get this on, is go take it on the freeway, get it up to speed, and see how smooth it drives. But that is probably one of the most reasons why I went with the aluminum drive shaft, because I really want a nice smooth ride and a nice quick acceleration, and I want to free up some of the reciprocating mass. So it's a win-win. So guys, this drive shaft right here I think is $2.99 at Summit Racing. Post up the part number, and yeah, let's get it slapped in. Okay, in order to keep all the transmission fluid in the transmission and not spill out, we're going to jack in the back end of that car up at an angle to get as high as I can. That allows me to get enough room to unbolt it from the differential and just slide it in, hopefully with the angle of the transmission being ass up. A lot of the fluid won't spill out of it, so that's the idea. Got it nice and ass up here, and I've got the front wheels chocked. So this is probably the easiest install that anything will do on your car. Okay, get yourself a 12mm wrench here. Make sure it is the star end and not the 6-point, because you'll need this to go around the bolts. And make sure you bring yourself a hammer or another wrench for some more leverage. If you have a long one of these, that's obviously better, more leverage than this short one. But all we gotta do is crawl on this thing, take it out. Oh, and I went ahead and put the transmission in gear just to keep the drive shaft from spinning. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take this out. Hopefully it doesn't make too much of a mess. Just slide it forward a little bit. It's gonna drop. Get both hands on it. And I ought to put something. I'm gonna put something underneath there just in case we do start leaking. So let me put a pan in there or something. All right, success. Okay guys, it is out, and right off the bat, other than looking at how ugly versus pretty the old one is versus the new one, look at the size difference. I don't know if you guys can really see this on camera, but that is a cannon tube compared to a gun tube. It is quite a bit larger, so it's going to be able to take quite a bit more horsepower and torque. One thing I do want to mention, I think one thing that you're going to come across running into issues installing this is going to be with this hitting your mufflers, and especially hitting your emergency cable brackets. Your emergency cable is right up here. Ah, yeah, love it. It's right there. That's where you pull your e-brake handle. If this is not adjusted, you can adjust this from underneath the console or within the interior of the car. There's a nut on this. You can see I extended mine because my emergency brake setup and cables was for a different year Mustang. Anyways, but I made it work, and right now there's tension on it because I have the e-brake on, but as soon as I let go of this, this is going to sag a little bit. And this doesn't take much. The drive shaft is right up here, especially with lowered vehicles. My car is got a 2-inch drop on it, but 1.5 inch lower on it. So I
Hello.
I assume, as most things go in this car, Connor, I say it's simple, but it won't be.
So what?
Yeah. And the second most notable difference is the weight. So this guy is steel,
Yeah.
and this guy is aluminum. Connor, do me a favor.
Aluminum and steel.
Aluminum?
This is
Which one's aluminum, buddy? Yep. Which one's steel? Which one's steel?
this one.
Yeah.
So how come it's like?
Do me a favor. You're gonna get dirty. Okay. You want to get dirty?
Yes, I
Pick up the end of the steel one, bud. Use both hands. Don't hit your feet. Get it. Don't hit your toes. Okay. Now put it back down. Don't drop it. Drop it down slow. Okay. Now pick up the aluminum one.
Okay. I just feel like something.
Now set it down. Nice and easy. Don't hit your toes.
I think
Which one's lighter?
this one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot
You're
lighter.
right.
Yeah, guys, seriously, this is a lot lighter. I can't even begin to tell you. One hand, no problem. Yeah, watch your toes. One hand, it's still not a problem, but a lot heavier. I don't have to look this stuff up for you guys. I think it's like 20 pounds lighter, something like that. I'm not gonna measure it. Trust me, it's lighter. Don't do what I did and put it in there without greasing it. Oh, I'm always in a hurry, buddy. Always in a hurry. Got the draft shaft in. I need to grease it. So, anyways, that's left. That's the only thing left. And then we'll take a look at it and we'll go for a test drive. Yay. Okay, it is in. And it looks good. Alright, so guys, what we want to do now, before we just drop it and drive it, is really go through and make sure nothing's hitting. So obviously we can see the drive shaft here is fitting just fine. It's very far away from the exhaust, so no issues there. Let's go up on the top side though. What we're looking at here is the emergency brake cable bracket that I was telling you about. So it is loose right now. The emergency brake is off. You can see that it is just not touching now, but any bump is going to cause this to hit. So there's a little bit of play in it, and we can resolve that by just pulling on the emergency brake cable a little bit. But that means the emergency brake cable would actually be up in the car a lot, which you don't want to do. The right way to do this is to go ahead and get in the console, tighten the emergency brake cable up so that this cable's tight and you don't have any slack there. So we need to do that, unfortunately. Okay, so it's pretty good now. Another way to do this is to go ahead and put it all the way down. And that's why you need this long extension. You can actually find the adjustment nut right there. And what you can do is just tighten it enough to where you start feeling some tension on it. Okay, now that is nice and tight. Okay, so going back underneath the car, we should be good to go. Alright. Alright, so looking at the cable here. Got a little bit of adjustment, but not nearly as much as we had before. And looking at the cable. Alright. See, now I've got some play up and down without it hitting the drive shaft. I think that's going to be much better. Alright. Cool. Let's get her dropped down. Alright, man. Well, if anything, it does look a lot better. And we're going to get this thing dropped down and take it for a test drive. But man, doesn't that look good? With the aluminum drive shaft. Got the AC blasting because it's pretty hot. Emergency brake cable seems to be working pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and let it roll back and see how well it stops. It's good. Emergency brake cable works. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go to the beef store, get some steaks, and done. We're going to test out this girl. So we got nice oil pressure, temperature's looking good, it's about 100 outside. Let's see how I like this drive shaft here. Difference I can tell so far, not yet. The drive shaft before was pretty smooth, being a stock one. You really didn't feel any vibration unless you're going like 80, or above. We're not going to do that with Connor in the car. Okay, that felt pretty good. Holy cow. Okay, I think I take that back. Unless I'm just crazy, this thing is accelerating quite a bit better. It feels really good. I'm gonna rattle those over there. Alright, Connor. Let's take the highway. Rattle, I don't know what that is. difference. I just can't. It feels just a little bit peppier.
Hello.
It just seems like it's a little less struggle getting that power to the ground, which is what it's supposed to do. But I didn't think you were going to notice a difference. I really didn't. We drove this thing a lot. We drove it yesterday, so I'm pretty familiar with. Ooh, that truck, Bubba. I'm pretty familiar with the way this thing feels, and it just feels great right now. It is so throttle happy. It's always felt like a tight motor. She just feels wound up, wound tight. It wants to be released. I don't know what that rattle is, Bubba. Do you? So guys, it's 100 degrees outside. I've got the AC blasting. Nice and cozy in here. The temperature gauge is on the O in normal. And oil pressure's on the A, NORMAL. So I got nice, I think whatever reason I got a little bit better oil pressure with that fresh oil change. It's probably because this oil's 10W30 and it has something a little lighter in it for the break-in oil. There's a Lucas break-in, I think. No, it's pump cam's break-in oil. Smooth as butter. I'm going to turn the camera around here once we get on the freeway so you can see. And also I don't hear the cable hitting the drive shaft. I don't hear any weird grinding noises. Don't hear any ding ding ding. So we got that squared away. Another cool killer day in the Fox, guys. We had so much fun today, believe it or not. I drove the thing for a lot of large parts tonight. I got the thing up to a pretty good speed on the freeway, and it is absolutely so much butter smooth. I didn't realize there was any vibration in the drivetrain. Turns out there probably was a little bit. It's an old drive shaft. It's painted on. It's got probably weights have fallen off. Who knows, man? It's 30 years old. So anyways, the biggest improvement over acceleration is just the smooth and butter smoothness of the shifting and going freeway speeds. The thing cruises so much better. I'm shocked. I don't know what to say. This thing is probably one of the best upgrades I've put on my Mustang to date, especially for the price I paid for it. So I really was not expecting that. I was not expecting any kind of a change at all. I was expecting the car to just kind of feel the way it felt. Maybe here better. To me, it felt like I bumped timing up a couple degrees acceleration-wise, and it felt so much smoother, especially when you get up to speed. But guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. That really is it. I know it's not an extensive install video, but I hope you guys do see the benefits of the aluminum drive shaft. And please go look at the Summit one. Look at the reviews. Compare it to the Ford Motorsport one. I think it's the same damn part. I don't know. You be the judge. Same specs. Everything on it's basically built exactly the same. You may pay $34 more for the Ford Performance Racing part. So, yeah, I'll take that savings and I'll put it into the car into something else. So guys, thank you again. Thank you so much for watching. We got so much more to come. I'm going to start making videos, even if it's not how-tos. A lot of times you guys don't see me make a lot of videos because I don't have anything to bolt on. Doesn't mean I don't have content. I need to start making more content with my buddies' cars and you know, us just talking, you know, about Fox bodies. So if you like that, let me know in the comments. If you don't want the talking, you don't care about any of this stuff I'm doing right now, and you just want to go straight to the how-to, Also comment, let me know. I'm trying to decide what direction to send my channel to. If I want to make more just straight to the point how-tos, keep that. If I want to keep the vlog thing going and talk to you guys more about the cars. So I know you came here to watch Mustang videos. That's why I'm here. I'm hoping to feed more content to the internet world for Mustang videos. But again, thank you for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. I do post things out there before you see them on the videos here. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thank you guys for watching.